Hey vinyl community, enthusiasts and lovers of all things vinyl. Thank you for coming back to my channel. This is part 2 of my March finds for 2017. So let's just get right into it. By the way, my name is Timothy Capetto, and we left off with a Jimi Hendrix album, and we're going to start this one with the Jimi Hendrix album. So this is the one, Axe as Bold as Love. And this album, the cover's not in too bad a shape, but the reason I want to get another copy of this one is because two of my favorite tracks on here, Little Wing and I Think I'm Gonna Wait Till Tomorrow, unfortunately, is scratched. And if any of you guys know any type of remedy to fix that, last video I explained one of the records, John Lennon record. I tried to do what I could, finding threads on the internet, how to fix things. Didn't make it any more worse or better off, but I didn't want to try that again because I was just like, you know, I can, you know, live with it skipping until I get another copy. But I will say, out of the two records, I probably enjoyed this one a little bit more than the first one, although can't go wrong when you get Jimi Hendrix. Next one that I got here, this one I actually picked up from Amazon, actually, .com. Norah Jones, super great album. This is a gatefold. This is kind of a really cool black and white shot there. I don't know if many of you guys that are tuning in are Norah Jones fans, but I guarantee you, if you like jazz music, this is a totally 100% jazz record. Daybreaks, super great album. We'll be listening to this one for many years to come. I was really happy that I got my hands on this. I saw it originally on iTunes, but I knew this was one that I wanted on vinyl once I started collecting. Just nice mellow voice, super great voice. And she plays piano as well, which I did not know that. First Norah Jones album I've ever had, period, so I didn't know much about her. I heard about her, but didn't know much about her, but amazing. This one, which this will say I actually got at a concert, actually the Skillet concert for that matter. I'm sure some of you should know of Skillet. The Unleashed album, which I've seen a few reviews on this, just people reviewing. They're not really reviewing vinyl per se, but they actually didn't like this album at all. Just a really straight black and brownish black label there. There was a lot of people that did not like this record, which I will say the people that did review this, though, were by no means anywhere around my age group. They were a lot younger. I consider them kids. No offense in that matter, of course. But these guys have been one of my favorites for years. They rock hard. Their concerts are always super awesome. I mean, you're sweating by the end of that concert. You've had a great time. A few hit tracks on here. I mean, they're all really good, but the ones that are my favorites on here is Feel Invincible, Back from the Dead. That one kills. That song is great. Stars, Undefeated, Out of Hell. That track gets you going for sure. And then Resistance. A lot of great tracks. I almost mentioned every one of them on there, but it's just because it's a solid record in my book. Next one up is Simon and Garfunkel, their greatest hits album. This was another one that I got from the local event I went to, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have this in your collection. Actually, I've seen a few of you guys have had this in your collection, so and I actually saw one guy yesterday that had it. I wish I could remember his YouTube handle right now. But, of course, everybody knows Mrs. Robinson. Probably one of my favorite tracks of theirs. And actually, being my favorite track because it was the only track I really knew of them. Some of these bands, you'll have to, of course, excuse me. I'm new to this community. I'm new to vinyl. There are bands I've heard of, but not really heard a lot of their music, or didn't realize when I've heard them on the radio that that was them. Another great track from these guys is A Bridge Over Troubled Water. They sing and perform this so well. I believe on this record, this is a live cut of this, if I remember that correctly, but this whole album deserves many times over listens to. Super great one. I recommend that one a lot as well. Now this guy, going, hello there, good sir. Give me 1 second and let me let this little guy out. Never mind, he's just saying hello. All right, so these guys, the Doobie Brothers, they were a complete surprise to me. Heard the name, don't know the songs, but this record here, this minute by minute album, it's in very good condition, especially from getting that from that dollar little event I went to. But it's got the which I laughed, and I still laugh when I see that picture. I'm just like, taking a little drag there, huh? Doing a little smoky. So this album overall blew my socks off. Are you wanting to go out? We have a little visitor in this video this time. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So, but this album came as a big surprise to me. I didn't know what to expect because I didn't really have a reference in my head what the sound was like. But this album was super awesome. I know I gotta listen to it again, but all I know is that the first time I heard it, I was sitting on my lunch hour at work. I went home, actually, took a listen to this, and was absolutely just like, I have to listen to this album again. Great rock album. Overall, the musicianship on this album was, I think, what impressed me the most about this album. They're just a really tight, great sound. Good rock sound. Now, next one I have here, and I don't know how some of you may feel about this. You can tell me in the comments. But Taylor Swift. Yes, I do like pop music, and I know that a lot of you guys probably don't have nothing against that, of course, but did have to pick up Taylor Swift. Had her on MP3 format, download from iTunes, but had to get it. Just one of those guilty pleasures, if you will. I just really enjoyed this album. Can't say that I was a true fan or anything because I haven't really. I've heard singles of her out from off her other albums over the years, but just in case you guys are interested, there, that's the way the actual record looks itself. But I don't know if there's a lot I have to say about Taylor Swift. This album has been literally the one thing that is a little bit goofy about this record is the fact that pretty much almost every song on this record is on the radio. I know a lot of you guys probably know that. But of course, Blank Space is a great track. Out of the Woods, Shake It Off. Of course, that one's been a little bit overplayed, I believe. Bad Blood and Wildest Dreams are the songs that I like the most off that record specifically. So we're almost wrapped up here, but got a couple albums from Santana here. And actually, these two records I'm going to show you here, this one first here, I have not listened to these yet. And they've been sitting here literally on the side of my desk, and I keep staring at them. I'm like, I need to listen to these because I know they're probably going to be excellent, but I really need to listen to. So unfortunately, I don't really have a lot to say about that, about these two records, because I have not heard them yet. But this one, Carlos Santana, I really like this. This picture alone was why I bought this. This record here. But let me actually, you know what, let me take this one out of the, there we go. But I think this one's going to be really good. Unfortunately, I wish I had reference. I probably should have listened to it before I came on and did the videos, but I will give you my thoughts on this when I finally listen to these guys. But this cover, I really like the artwork on this cover. This is very pretty and very mysterious at the same time. Lastly, getting into some more of the hair bands right here. Got some hair band stuff. Van Halen and Diver Down. Let me know what you guys kind of think. I've heard some comments or read some comments that it wasn't their favorite album. This is the first Van Halen album I have here. This took me by surprise. The second to last song on here, I laughed hysterically because they sing Happy Trails, and you know they're just goofing around, having a good time, which, you know what, that is something that more bands need to do more of, I think. nowadays. You know, you can take your music seriously, and you should, but seriously, do yourself a favor and just have a good time too. Maybe do a hidden track or do a goofy track like this sometimes. It really just shows the personality of the band and having a good time. They did a cover on here of Pretty Woman, which I highly enjoyed. That was a great version of that song. And Cathedral was a good one. And Hang 'em High was good. There's a lot of good tracks on here, actually. Again, I need to give this one a full listen again. I kind of listened to this one kind of late at night one night, and I feel like I need to give it another spin just to really embrace it. Musicianship, of course, is really great in the, of this band, and singing is top notch as well. But again, more to come on these videos, so thank you guys so very much for tuning into these 2 videos, and this being part 2 of my March finds of 2017. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep spinning that wax, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.